Here we are again at CeBIT Global Conference, and I'm very delighted to have Jeremy Rifkin with me, Daniel Domscheid Berg, Florian Henke von Donnersmarck, Kevin Mitnick, Jennifer Healy from Intel, Kathy Lewis, Olivier, Managing Director of Airbnb Europe. So you are predicting, beyond other things, the end of capitalism for 2050. So could you say the one reason for that?
I don't think it's the end. What I say in the zero marginal cost society is that capitalism will be here. It'll be utterly transformed because it's giving birth. As a parent, it's giving birth to a progeny called the sharing economy.
History is the only guidebook we have for the future. What might it tell us right now?
And I think there's lots of lessons in history that we can actually look at in order to understand what's happening.
Security and privacy doesn't equal, so what could be a possible solution for that?
The solution needs to be around consumers owning their data and understanding where it goes and who does what with it.
3 or 4 years ago, when big tech companies talked about privacy, they were doing it without any authenticity at all, because as we now know, secretly they were collaborating with the NSA and other government surveillance agencies far greater than what the law required. They don't care at all about their users' privacy.
When we think about 10% of our societies, these are millions and hundreds of millions of individuals who are looking for a way to feel safe.
Yes.
People in this room who can make us feel safe.
Also ich finde das sehr beeindruckend, dass wir den Snowden bekommen haben hier und dass er dazu spricht und dass er hier auch diese Plattform bekommt.
I like the notion that more or less what we witness right now is almost better comparable with the time before the capitalism. So where we had
options.
access.
Yeah, it's more choices and more options. What's making this possible is something called zero marginal cost.
We need more intelligence at the edge because everybody's talking about cloud computing nowadays. You talk about the more local. What is it?
Well, I think we are going to need cloud computing. However, as we get more and more sensors, and these sensors get ever more complex, including cameras and lasers, and you have a huge amount of data that's being collected at the edge. And you simply cannot send all of that data back to the cloud.
I stayed a couple of months in New York with a host. She's a good friend now. What do you think about the social aspect of Airbnb?
Well, this is key. Like, obviously, people come on Airbnb to get a more authentic experience because they are in a different neighborhood, but also because they meet with people from this specific city or this specific countries.
The world's most famous hacker you are announced. How did you come to this profession?
Well, I mean, when I was a young kid, I was interested in exploring the telephone network like Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, and I like pulling pranks on friends.
This is the fourth and last, actually, kitchen talk we do. For the people who didn't see the other ones before, this up there is our kitchen in Berlin. So at least we both live together in a shared apartment. So actually we thought about, we bring everything here on stage, what we do anyway, all the time.
Wie fühlt man sich als Künstler, habe ich mich gefragt, zwischen all der Technologie hier auf einer CeBIT?
Ja, also ich freue mich auch sehr hier zu sein, Herr Sonder. Das ist mein erstes Mal auf der CeBIT und ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, dass es hier sehr stark um Kreativität geht. Deshalb
The digital generation is moving from ownership to access.
We shouldn't take the world that is around us so much for granted, but to actually be open enough to reinvent the world.